Yeah. Yeah. Hello, students. Good evening to all. Yeah. Hope you guys doing good. Just a second. We'll start a webinar in a moment. Okay. Just a moment. Yeah. Yes, we can start the webinar, guys. So I hope you guys know the today's topic. Today we are going to discuss about yeah. So we're going to discuss about the surface area and the volumes. Okay, the basics of surface area and volumes. Okay. I think you guys know the generally we used to find the surface area or we'll get the surface area a volume for 3D shapes, three-dimensional shapes, isn't it? So what are the three-dimensional shapes? So maybe we'll try to figure out the basic types of 3D shapes, and then we'll try the surface area and volume of those shapes. Okay. Let me share the PPT, guys. Just a second. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so as I mean, this is for a class 9. So let's start from the basics. So what is 3D shapes? So as you know, the generally the 2D shapes are the flat shapes such as triangles, the squares, the polygons, and all. But 3D shapes has a three-dimensional, which means it has a solid figure. Okay, the flat diagrams or a flat figures are called as 2D shapes. The solid one or a real-time example, you can say the objects. Uh, so those has a three dimensions. So those some I mean the shapes such as cylinder or a cube or a cuboid. Yeah, so all these things, maybe a cone, you might know the known shape as a cone, right? So all these are the 3D shapes. Which is cuboid, or else rectangular pyramid or a prism, we can say that. Okay, so those are 3D shapes. Okay, so which contains three dimensions. One is length, the other one is width, and we do have a height in it. Okay, so especially the prisms, but in pyramids we might have, yeah, we do have a length, width, and height, but sometimes we'll get the, what do you call it, the circumference for the circular 3D shapes such as sphere or a cone or a cylinder and all. Okay, we'll discuss each one separately. So how the 3D shape is divided, you can say, like how the 3D shape looks like. So 3D shapes has three dimensions, as I said. You can see the dimension in the basic diagram here. So it has a height, it has a length, it has width as well. So those three are the dimensions of 3D shapes. So and in 2D shapes, we are going to say the sides. In 2D shapes, we are going to say its sides. For example, the top side, bottom, left, right. Okay, or else all sides are equal for square. Opposite sides are equal in what? In rectangle, and all these things will be used. But in 3D shapes, we are going to use the faces, not the sides. Okay, the face, how many faces the shape has, the solid figure has, or rather the object has. Okay, for example, so the room which you are sitting, maybe now, so how many faces that has? Just look, the front one, the back one, the left, right. Exactly. So which means it has a 6 faces, and And if it is a cube, all 6 faces are same. If not, maybe if it is a rectangular prism, then the opposite faces are same. Yeah, exactly as you said. Okay, so we used to find based on the what do you call it? We used to refer in the form of faces, and we do have a vertices, edges. Vertices is the coordinates, as you can see that the edges are the edges. Okay, so this is how we represent the 3D shapes generally. But if you compare with the 2D shapes, in 2D shapes it's a sides. How many sides that diagram has, that shape has, how many angles that 2D shape has, and that's how we used to represent. Maybe we do have a vertices in that as well, but the basic thing is sides and angles. But here the faces, and yeah, the faces is a basic one. Okay, guys. So what are the basic 3D shapes? So the one is cube, cuboid, cylinder, cone, sphere, and the prisms and pyramids. Okay, we do have a few types of prisms. Okay, so which means the base. If the base is a rectangle, then we used to call that prism as a rectangular prism. If base is a triangle, then we used to call it as a triangular prism, hexagonal prisms, and all we do have. It based on the base as a different type of a polygon. Okay, so how do we call, or rather how do we differentiate the types of prisms based on the 2D shapes? I mean, based on where the base is any of the 2D shapes, such as square, rectangle, triangle in a base, or hexagonal, or heptagon, whatever. Okay, so that's how we used to differentiate the types of prisms. Same with the pyramids, guys. So, and we can say in prisms. So let's say base as is a square system, so which is same as the cube. If it is a rectangular prism, called as the rectangular prism or prism. So it's same as the cuboid. Okay.
Cuboid is rectangular.
Exactly, that's what I was explaining. If they used to write as a rectangular prism, like you see the basic shapes below the cube, the cuboid you can see here. Yeah, exactly. And you can see the speed. Joseph, watch it break. Is it fine guys now? Is it fine? Yeah, I hope you can hear me, Joseph.
Yeah.
Now. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you. Okay. So what do you mean by area of a 2D shape? What do you mean by area of a 2D shape, guys? The area in a sense? The total space in a diagram of a 2D or a flat shape, we can say. But what is the perimeter of a 2D shape? So it is nothing but the distance around the shape, we can say. But in 3D shapes, we are going to call it as a surface area, which means the total base area. I mean the total area inside the diagram. Okay, so the sum of all the areas, we can say that. So just have a look at the definitions of surface area and volume, guys. So as you see in the definition, surface area is defined as the total area of the surface in 3 dimensions. Okay, so we need to consider what do you mean by the surface area. Just think of an example which we are talking. Maybe the room which we are sitting. So the area of the front, back, the left, right, and top and bottom. So we need to consider all the areas to find the total. I mean, to get the surface area of the total shape, guys, which is the sum of all the surface areas, or rather all the areas. Okay. Okay. And then the unit of surface area, I think you guys know, area in a sense, it's unit square or a square units. And the volume, how much space is occupied in a shape, in a cube or in cuboid or a cylinder or whatever. Okay. So we used to represent the volume as a V, and we used to measure it in cubic units. So let's try and figure out each one. Okay, so finding the surface area and volume of each 3D shape. So cube, how it works? Cube, I hope you, as you said, someone said, I think are fun. Mm, the cube has 6 faces, right? The cube or cuboid has, and here in cube, all 6 faces are same, which is squares. So that's what you can see, that all edges are equal, which means all the faces are equal. Then it has 8 vertices, 12 edges, and 6 faces. That's what the basic properties of cube. And how to find the surface area of a cube? Just it. Normal area of a square is side into side. So that's A into A or S into S, side square. So since we have a 6 faces, we just need to multiply by 6. Okay, and which is nothing but sum of all the side areas. The volume, the total space occupied, which is length times width times the height. Okay, so let me check if I have any questions, so that we'll try. Yeah. So let's go to the whiteboard. So find the surface area and volume of find the surface area and volume of a cube which has let's say whose side length is 8 centimeters, guys. Okay, so I think you guys know that. So the cube, how it looks like, which means all the faces which have same sides. So what is surface area? So area of a square is a square or a side square, which is 8 square, 64. Since we have 6 sides, so we need to multiply by 6. So this is area of a side. Guys, yeah. So what about the area of the total area? I mean the surface area, which is area of all the sides, we can say, or all the faces, we can say that. So which we have 6 faces. So 6 times 64. So 8 square is 64, and 64 6 and then I think it 24. We have
384.
a 384. Yeah, thank you. So 384 centimeters square or square centimeters. Okay, this is how we just need to find the surface here. And the volume is a very straightforward. The volume is length time width time height. So, but here all length, width, and height are same, which is 8. So, what is 8? 8 times 8 times 8. So, which is nothing but 8 cube, guys. What is 64 times 8, which is 512, I think. Yeah.
512.
Yeah. So, but the unit is cubic centimeters. Yeah.
Sir.
Centimeter cubes. So this is a very basic question, and let me give the other way around. Okay, if the volume if the volume of a cube is 343 centimeter cube, find the side length and the surface area. Find the side length and surface area. I hope you guys understand the question, what they're asking. So they have given the volume, which is 343 centimeter cube. And in this, from this, we need to find the side length as well as the surface area. So what is the formula for volume, guys?
Length into width into height.
Yeah, length into width into height. Since it is a cube, which is nothing but length into width into height, all are same. Can we say it's a side cube? Can we say that? Since length, width, and height are same, so which is side times side times side. So
Yes,
can
we
we
can
say
say
it's, yeah, exactly. Good. And if s cube is 343, what is s, which is the cube root of 343, guys? Yeah, any idea? I think we
7.
learned the, yeah, exactly. We learned the cube roots in a separate webinar, right? So it's a 7. So 7 centimeters is a side length. So we got the first part, which is side length. And please try to figure out the surface area now. So I think it's a very straightforward formula. So which is 6 times side square, which is 6 times 7 square. What is 6 times 49, guys?
294
Okay.
centimeter square.
Yeah, let me have a look just. 294, exactly, very good. So 294 centimeters square. Afan, do you understand?
yes, sir.
Okay, good. Just give me a second, guys. Okay, so one more type, if you want me to explain that one as well, let me do that quickly. So I'm not writing the question as a, what do you call it, the professional way, but I hope you understand. First thing, they will give the side, then they will ask you to find the surface area and volume. And the other way around, they will give the volume and they will ask you to find the remaining two. But in this case, they will give, so if the surface area is, let me think, guys. Yeah, 486. If the surface area is 486 meters square or a feet square, I mean surface area of a cube, if you want me to precise, surface area of a cube is 486 feet square. Find the side length and volume. So can anyone suggest me how to solve this? The first step. Joseph Farfan. Any idea? Like where do we need to start here? Okay. You don't know. Okay. So here, surface area is given. Just write down the given data, which is surface area, which is 486 feet square. So what is the formula for surface area of a cube, guys? Arfan, what is the formula for surface area of a cube? 6 times side square. I hope you agree with me. So which is 6s square equals to 486. So what I mean to say, the surface area formula is 6s square. So s means the side. So if you want me to precise, like this, 6 into side square. This is the formula. Surface area is already given. So just compare both, we'll get this. Then from this we can find s, right? Which is side. So how to find s here? First divide both the sides by 6. Please divide it and check what might be the value.
9.
You mean 81, right? So s value would be
9.
square root of 81, which is 9 feet here. Arfan, are you able to follow me? Okay. So please let me know, Arfan, if you have any issues. Yeah, I mean, if you're finding it difficult to understand. Okay, so S is the 9 feet. So what do you mean by that? Side length is we got the side length, so we can find the volume is easily now. So which is length into width into height. So length is 9, the width is 9, the height is also 9. So what is 9 cube or a 9?
729
Very
feet
good.
feet cube.
Yeah, square feet or a feet cube. Excellent. Arfan, what do you think? Would you like to try one more question, Arfan, or do you understand? Okay, so let's try quickly one more question in the same time. So okay. So let's try and quickly. So what I mean to say, the cube, what is given? Okay, surface area of a cube is given, which is just let me calculate, guys. 1 second. Yeah. Okay, so it doesn't mean that we always get what? We always get the whole numbers. Okay, so I'm trying to give the whole numbers now. Sometimes we may get the decimal numbers. Okay, so in that case, you guys are allowed to use a calculator and all. Okay, so that's not a problem then. So they have given the surface area of a cube, and they ask you to find what? The side value, what is the length of a side, and what is the volume of this cube. Okay. So what is the first step? Just write down the given data and formula. So what is given? The surface area, which is 864. Let me write down the unit, which is inches square. So, and you guys know the formula for surface area, which is 6 times side square. So instead of side, I'm just keeping it as a yes. So 6s square. So you know that the surface area is given, you know the surface area formula. So just compare both, guys. So 6s square equals to 864. And just get rid of that 6, which means you are dividing by 6. So please check what might be the answer. Would you like to divide it? Please divide 864 by 6. Okay, I got an answer from off on. Yeah. Okay, so yes would be 12 inches. That's an answer. So you can find the volume easily. So what is the formula for volume? Side, I mean length into width into height. Here all are same. What is 12 times 12 times 12? I think Joseph already answered. So 1728 inches cube, or cubic inches, guys. Please let me know, guys, if you have any questions in this. So else we'll move to the next 3D shape, cuboid. Okay, these are the maximum. Okay, so especially for a ninth class. So these are the three types of questions we can expect uh, in cube. Okay, finding the area, surface area, using the given sides, or else the other way around. Okay, if surface area is given, we need to use the surface area formula to find the side. If volume is given, the way we did here, if volume is given, use the volume formula, which is side cube equals to the given value, and find the cubic root of the given volume, will get the side length. And then we can use the formula to find the surface area. I hope you guys understand. Um, if it is confusing, no problem. I mean, you guys will understand in the next shape, obviously. Yeah. So the next one is a cuboid. What is cuboid? I think you guys know that. You already said that, which is it is nothing but a rectangular prism. So which means the base as a rectangle. But overall talking, in this cuboid, let me share the PPT. Yeah. So in cuboid, the basic thing is we have a six faces, but all six faces are not equal. Front and back faces are equal. The left and right are equal, and the top and bottom are equal. Okay, so I think as we discussed the real time example, as we are sitting in a, just assume, I hope everyone, we are sitting in a rectangular the shape room, right? So where the front and the back walls are same length, you can say, and left and right are same. As I mean, similarly, the bottom and the top one are same. Okay, so which means we have six triangles, but three triangles. I mean, two triangles are equal. So the front, back, left, right, and the top, bottom. I hope you guys are able to follow me. What I mean, what I mean to say. I mean. Okay, so again, it has 8 vertices, 12 edges, 6 faces, but in that 6 faces, two triangles are equal. Okay, so we are going to uh, separate it as a 2, not like a cube. Okay, so this two may be a front and back, top and bottom. What is another one? Left and right. Okay, so we can use this formula, guys, if we want to find the surface area, but generally speaking, we know that surface area is nothing but the area of the total diagrams or total phases, we can say. Since we have 6 phases, we can find the area of each phase and then add it together. We'll get it. And the volume is straightforward. We have a other formula for volume. So one thing for prisms, we are going to use this, which is length into width into height. So which is nothing but base area into height. So this is the general formula for any of the prism, any of the 3D shapes in prisms especially. So base area times height. So what is base area in that case? Which becomes the length and width, right? Length times width. So that's the base area. So because base becomes a 2D shape. So that's what. volume becomes base area times height, which is same as length, width, and height. Let's try some questions, guys. Okay. So just quickly write the formula. So we know that length, width, height, and what else? Length and height. So these, see, as I said, this one, for example, the front and back. This one is the top and bottom. This one is forward, left and right. Okay, I mean to say the rectangles we have, and each one, I mean, we have a two triangles in each, so we are going to multiply by 2. So this is the formula to find the surface area of a cuboid, guys. Volume, length times width times height. Arfan, do you understand, or you want me to explain using a diagram here? Or shall we move to the questions? Or you want me to explain the how we got the formula, especially the surface area? Okay. What about now? Can you hear me, guys? What about Joseph?
Yes, sir.
Is it lagging, my voice? I mean, so I mean, please let me know. Sometimes it do happen. So please let me know, guys, if you're not able to hear me. Is it okay now? Can you hear me, guys, now? Arfan? Yeah, you said it's okay now.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I mean to say, like, shall we go to the questions, or you want me to explain how we got the formula of surface area? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you could.
So I hope you can see my writing, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So this is the question. Okay. I think I will copy and paste it in the next page. Okay. You found the volume directly, I think, Arfan. Okay, that's good. So you want to find the volume first, so which is a very straightforward formula. So that's what you said. 20 times 7, right? Yeah, 140 centimeters cube. So what about surface area? So if you want to use the formula, you can use. I hope you are able to remember the formula. Shall we use the formula? Are you both are okay with the formula, or you want me to explain the different way? Yeah. So if formula is fine, so then 2 times length into width. Okay. So let me write directly substitute the values. Okay. What is length here? The 5 times the 4 plus 4 times 7 plus
Plus
7.
5 times 7.
Yeah, 5 times 7. Good. and close it, and just keep that 2 as it is, and I mean simplify the other values. I mean the parenthesis simply as we can say, use the Bodmer's rule here. Yeah, to simplify. 20, 28, 35. I hope so. Just add it. What is 20, 28, and 35, guys? 83. So what is 83 times 2? 166.
166.
So 166 centimeter cube. So this is the first way, or a basic way of asking question. Okay. So the two things, they will give the word, I mean the question in the form of a wording like this. Okay. Find the surface area and volume of a cuboid if the length, width, and height is given. The way they will ask you in a word format like this, or else they will directly give the question, I mean the diagram, and they already, what do you call it, they have placed the dimensions as a width, height, and length. Okay, and let's try and learn the other types of questions in cuboid, guys. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. Okay. Yeah, please go ahead, Arfan. So let's say, so we are talking about a cuboid. So remember that. And then I'm just writing in a simple words, okay? Length is 3 more than width. Height is 2 more than a width. Okay, 3 more than, I think width is fine, yeah. So that's it. And they have given the surface area as, just a second, 280, guys, I think, yeah, 280. 280 feet square. Find length, width, height, and volume. Guys, do you understand? Maybe I haven't written the question in elaborate, I mean the complete way, but I hope this is enough to understand what the question mean to say. Length, so length of a cuboid is 3 more than width, and its height is 2 more than the width. The surface area of the cuboid is given, which is 280 feet square. From this, we need to find length, width, height, and volume. Please let me know if the question is confusing. Joseph, Irfan, what do you think, guys? So I'm not asking about the answer. Please let me know if question is making sense, or if you're able to understand the question.
Yeah, it makes sense.
What about our fun? I mean, it's very important, that's why. The question, yeah, good then. Okay, so how to solve this, okay? So once we understand the question, so you can see that clearly what is the given data. Surface area is the basic thing, which is 280 feet square. So just keep that in one place. And they have compared the length, height, and the width here. So we can write length as a L. What is length here, guys? 3 more than a width. Can we write it as a width plus 3? I hope everyone agrees to this. Interact with me. That would be a good one. and height is given, which is 2 more than the width. So which is again the W plus 2, the width plus 2. Arfan, what do you think? Do you agree with this?
Yes, sir.
Great. So now these three things are given in the question. You can see what is given, which is surface area. Now write down the surface area formula. What is surface area formula? 2 into length, height, length, width, height, plus length and height. Okay. So what we do instead, in the place of L, we are going to substitute W plus 3 in the formula, but in place of surface area, you are going to substitute. Just have a look at this. I'm just doing that. 2, what is L? W plus 3, guys. Plus W. You guys understand? And then, so the height, in place of H, we are going to write W plus 2. So in the last one, in place of H and L, we are going to substitute both W plus 3, W plus 2. Okay, it looks a little trickier, maybe a little lengthier, but we don't have an option. So then simplify. So I think you can see that I have written the complete formula in terms of only width. So now simplify this. So we'll get width square plus 3W plus width square plus 2W, then width square plus plus what? 5W plus 6. Please let me know, guys, if you're able to follow me in this step. Joseph, Arfan, you guys understand how we got this step? If not, I will explain, no problem.
Sir, can you repeat that step again?
So the previous step, I think you understand, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in this step, we are just going to distribute. Okay, so we are going to simplify and distribute. See, we have this one here. So I just simplified this.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Now.
And I simplified this as well. And finally, I simplified this one. Okay.
Yes,
So I
sir.
have, so we got this one as an answer, this as an answer. So please simplify further. Using combined like terms. So we have a square term. We have a 3 square terms. I think you can see my writing below here. So W square plus W square plus W square is 3 width square.
Also 3W, 2W, and 5W.
Which is 3 plus 2 plus 5, which is
10W.
10W. Excellent. And we do have a constant as 6. So this is what we got in a surface area. Please remember this. We don't have a space. We'll go to the next page. So what we got, surface area equals to 2 into 3W square plus 5W plus 6. So I think you can substitute the surface area value here, which is 280, which is given in the question. If you want, you can just have a look. Okay. And then we have a 2 here. So divide both the sides by 2. So 3W square plus 5W plus 6 equals to 140. Move this 140 to this side. So we'll get 3W square plus 5W minus 134. You guys understand? Equals to 0. So I just did like, what is 6 minus 140? Minus 134.
Sir, can you go to previous page? I want to take screenshot.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
This one. And this one, I think, I don't know, like if you guys learn the quadratic equations, we do have a webinar on a different day. This is a quadratic equation. Okay. So what do you mean by a quadratic formula, guys? You heard this formula? You heard or you learned this formula?
No, sir.
Joseph, what about you?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. Then I don't think it's possible to process here or proceed here. You can say. So this is the formula to find the value of x in this equation. This is the formula to find the value of w. Okay. So this is nothing but a quadratic formula. So I will stop here, okay? So, but once if you use this formula, so this is nothing but ax square plus bx plus c. So a value is 3, the b value is 5, and the c value is negative 134. If we use this formula, if we substitute these values into this formula, we'll get the value of x. Here x is nothing but a w. Okay. So we'll get two values first thing, but we need to consider the positive value here. So that is the value of a w. Okay. I think I will give the answer here directly. So I think we have a separate webinar on a quadratic equations where you can learn how to use this formula. So I'm just directly jumping here. So we will get the answer w as a 5. So which means what? The value of w is 5. So we got w as a 5. I think it's a feet I have given. So if w is 5 feet, what is length? We just assumed length is nothing but w width plus 3 and height is nothing but width plus 2. So
Length is 8 feet
yeah,
and height is 7 feet.
7 feet. Okay, so only the problem here, you guys are able to, I mean, finding the value of a w is important here, obviously, but I'm skipping that. So it will take us complete class to explain that. That's why. Okay, so I will explain in a different webinar, guys. Yeah. So once we got the w value, so as a 5, what you will do, just go back to the assumption we made, which is L equals to w plus 3 and h equals to w plus 2. So you are going to substitute w value as a 5. So you got the values of a length as this and width height as this. So now you can see that, just check whether we solved it correctly. Just surface area is if you use this method, we'll get 280 again. I mean, if you use the formula. And one more thing here, we are supposed to find the volume. We already found the length, width, and height. So find the volume. So length times height times width. Yeah. So 8 times 7 times 5 is
280, sir.
oh, okay, 280. So I think, oh, yeah, 280. So what I mean to say, okay, so 280 feet square, feet cube. Okay, so this is the method we need to follow. I hope you guys are able to follow me. Maybe a little tricky one, but I think this is a method we need to follow. What do you think, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you might have a confusion why we got 280. Maybe because of this formula, we might get the different value for w here. I just taken it as a 5, I think. Okay. So this is the method. This is the method. If directly if they give length, width, and height, we just need to use the formulas to find the surface area and volume. Use the formulas. If surface area is given, connect length, width, height with the surface area, then find these three first, and then use the volume. And last case, let's quickly do that. Volume of a cuboid is given, which is 60 centimeter cube. Okay. Length is given 6 centimeters. And height is given, which is 5 centimeters. So please find the width and surface area.
Width is 3.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Please check it again.
2
Yeah.
2 centimeter.
Yeah, exactly. So the volume is length times width times height. Okay, I think I understand why Arfan got 3. Maybe he took 5 times 6 as a 20, if I'm not wrong. Isn't he, Arfan?
Yes, sir.
So this is what we get, right? 5 6 are 30. So 30 W equals to 60, and W equals to 60 by 30. So which is 2. So that is 2 centimeters. And what might be the surface area? Anyone would like to try? So use the formula directly. 6 5s are 30, 6 2s are 12, 5 2s are 10. 30, 40, 52, which is 104 centimeter cube. What do you think, guys? You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are the different types of questions we can expect, okay? So maybe I couldn't have explained, it's not supposed to be because it's a basics, the webinar is about the basics, but I just gone with the flow. I went with the flow, yeah. And then here it is. The next one is cylinder. We don't have any, yeah, it's a very basic one. You can see that we don't have any vertices in a cylinder. That's a very important point. We do have a 2 edges and flat faces. What do you mean by flat faces? If you look at the cylinder, I think the real-time cylinder, okay, so you can see the faces at the top and the bottom, both are circles. So that is nothing but a faces. Okay. The edges, we do have a 2 edges, and curved face, in a sense, that's what they mean to say. It is a curved one, a circular one. Yeah. So how to find the, what do you call it? The surface area and the volume of the cylinder. Just a second, let me explain here. Quickly draw the, yeah, just a second. Let me try to draw the good looking cylinder. I hope it not look, yeah, I hope it's okay. Let me tinkering a bit. Yeah, I hope it's fine, guys. So in this, we have a circle as a basis. In the last two 3D shapes, we have a either I mean it's a straight line, right? The sides as a sides, which is nothing but a length or a width or a side or a height. So but here we have a circle as a basis, not the square or a rectangle. But here I think in circle, I think you guys know that what is the distance from the midpoint, which is radius. From yeah, so this is a radius and this one is a radius. So this one is the height of a cylinder. It's a completely the height of a cylinder. Okay, so only we do have a in cylinder we have a radius of the bases of a circles and we have a height of a cylinder. By using this, how to form a formula, how to find the surface area and volume. Surface area would be like, so let me think. I think I know the formula, the 2 pi r square h plus 2 pi r h. But let me explain. I mean, let me think how to explain in an easier way. Okay. So surface area, what we learned the formula. The formula for surface area is the sum of all the flat areas. I mean, all the 2D shape areas in that. Okay. So we are separating into a 2D shapes, for example, isn't it? That's what we did in the previous the shapes as well. So we have a 6 faces. We are finding the area of each face and adding together. That's the final output, isn't it? So the same thing we need to do here. So surface area, we have a square at the, I mean, the circle at the top, circle at the bottom. What do you mean by that? What is the area of a circle? Pi r square? I hope
pi r
both
square.
agrees. So we have one pi r square at top and one more at bottom. So which is nothing but a 2 pi r square. Any question in this, guys? Understand? So we got the area of the top base and the bottom one. Now we need to find this flat, this one. So we got the bases covered. So now let me take the different color. See, we need to find the front one. You can see that the front and the back. No, it's not about the back. It's about the height one, right? We have a circle at the top and the bottom, and in between there is connected with the height, right? So that's the height of the cylinder. So we need to find the area of this part, which is nothing but it is in a circular way. One thing you understand, but which is nothing but a circumference times height. What is the circumference times height? What is circumference of a circle, guys?
Pi d.
Other way, pi d is
2
the
pi r.
correct one. Yeah, you can use pi d, no problem, but good to use the other one. Yeah,
2 pi r.
2 pi r. Arfan, are you following me? 2 pi r. And we have a height as well, guys. So we need to multiply by height. So area of the top and bottom is 2 pi r square, and this one is the height one. So that is 2 pi r times h. So this is a complete formula to find the surface area of what? Of cylinder. Arfan, finding it difficult, Arfan? Or are you able to follow me?
Sir, I'm able to follow you.
Okay. So I don't want to simplify this formula. If you are able to remember this, if not, some books or some textbook might use the other way around, which is here in this, you can see that we have a common factor as the 2 pi r, right? Yeah. So if you write 2 pi r, what will get? R plus h. Okay, this is a simplified form. I don't mind which one you are remembering. So both are same. So the same thing. See, we haven't. We understand how we got the formula. That's very important. Finding the area of the top, bottom base, and then the flat one. I mean, at the front, you can say, which is the perimeter. Why we found the circumference of that? Because it's in a circular shape. So circumference times the height, guys. So the volume, I think I already explained. The basic formula for a volume is nothing but a base area into height. What is base area, guys, here? What is base here?
Circle.
Circle. So what is a base area? Which means area of the base, which is area of the
Area of a
circle.
circle.
Yeah, by r square, isn't it? So what is height? What is height? Which is height of a cylinder, h. So this is a formula to find the volume of a cylinder. Okay, so understanding this is very important. Okay, instead of remembering, understanding how we got the formula is very important. I hope you got my point. If yes, we'll try one question.
Yes, we can try, sir.
Yeah. So find the surface area and volume of a cylinder if the radius of the base is 7 centimeters and height of the cylinder is, let's say, 5 centimeters. Okay, so can anyone tell me how to find the surface area? It's very simple. We have a two circles. Area of the circle is pi r square. Area of one circle is pi r square. Area of two circles is 2 pi r square. And one more thing, the front one, which is 2 pi r circumference times height, guys. Let me have a look. Someone charted. Okay. Yes, for fun, I did. So this is the formula. Just substitute. I'm just going to keep pi as here, same here. I'm not going to substitute pi equals to 3.14. But we need to do that though. The 7 square, 2 pi, 7 times 6, right? Fine. 49 times 2. Which is 98 pi plus 70 pi. What is that then? 168. So, but finally, you're going to substitute pi as a 3.14, guys. Centimeters square. Yeah. So, Arfan, yeah, that's fine. But do you understand that, Arfan? Joseph?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it's a very straightforward. So I haven't substituted pi value, but I will suggest you to do the same. Okay, don't substitute in the first step itself. Okay, I mean we'll keep on getting the decimal answers and all. Okay, just keep that pi as it is till you get the last answer. And if in the question, if the instruction says substitute pi equals to something like 22/7 or a 3.14, then you can substitute in the last step. Please don't do that in the first step, okay? Because we'll keep on getting the decimal answer. That's why. Okay. So how about the volume, guys? The volume is the base area, which is pi r square, into height, which is pi r square is 49 times 5. So what is 49 times 5, guys? 245 pi. And centimeter cube. Okay, so if you want to substitute pi value, please do that.
So isn't it 49 square?
No, r square I have written. R square is 49. 7 square is 49. I skipped
Okay.
that step. Okay, pi 7 square h, which is 5. So radius is given 7, right? Okay. Sometimes one more thing, the diameter is given. So in that case, what you guys do? You're going to pick radius. I mean, from the diameter by dividing by 2. So that I think you guys know. Okay. So maybe we'll do the other 2D shapes, maybe a word problems of the surface areas in the different webinar guys. And finally, if you want to look at the remaining topics which we are not able to cover today, so that's a cone. Similarly, no need to remember. I mean, just don't try to remember the formulas. Just try to learn the formulas, how we got the formulas and all. And sphere. So these are the two important. I mean, two 2D shape, 3D shapes are missing. Okay. So others are. It's a very. If you don't know how to find the, if you didn't learn how to find the surface area of a prism or something, it's not a problem. Okay, so since you know the basic rules, you can do that. What I mean to say, for example, you might have a triangular prism, guys, which means there is a triangle at the base and it is connected with, I mean, I have been drawn correctly. Yeah, this is how it looks like. Let me oh, that's crazy one. But I hope you understand what I mean to say. Yeah. So if we don't know the how to find the surface area of any prisms, just go with the flow, which means check how many faces that triangular has. See, these two faces are equal, the left and right. So where this length is given and this height is given, so just add those or multiply those to get the area of that portion first, and then find the area of the other faces, the front one and the back one and the bottom one. Okay, so just find. We don't have a set of formula for all the prisms, frankly speaking. We can use the we can split that into different phases in a sense, FAC I mean to say. So and then find the area of each phase separately from the, I mean, using the given values, then add it together, we'll get the surface area. Okay, so it's not compulsory to remember the formulas of all the prisms. And similarly, volume, I just said the volume, we have a very simple formula, which is a base area times height. Okay, base area is nothing but what? The area of the base. So that base can be whatever the prism is. If it is a triangular prism, that base is going to be a triangle. If it is a square, that base is a square, or a rectangle, or a hexagon, or a heptagon, whatever. If it is a triangle, you know the area of a triangle very much, right? Half into base into height. This height is the height of a triangle, and you are going to, this height is height of the prism. What do you think, guys? Is it confusing a bit at the end? Joseph? Aryan?
Ye-
Okay, so I mean, finally, what I mean to say is, if you are not remembering the formula, or rather, no need to remember the formula, we can find it without a formula itself. But if you know the basics formulas, I mean to say, just convert this diagram into 6 phases. See, we have a phase 1 here at the front and the back. Both are same, and the left one and the right side, and the top one and the bottom one. 6 phases. Find the area of each phase and then add it together. And what about the volume? That might be confusing for you. So volume is nothing but a base. So what is base in this diagram? So this is the base. I'm just shading it. So this is the base. So that looks a rectangle. So what is the base area, guys? Can you please tell me what is base area here?
Is the area of rectangle?
Yeah, what is that? 18 times 4, isn't it? 36 plus 36 is 72. Yeah. So which is 72 meters square. So that's the base area, guys. And to find the volume, you need to multiply the base area and the height of the prism. See, you can see that this is the height of the prism, which is 5. So what is 72 times
360, sir.
Yeah. So what I mean, that's what I'm trying to simplify the question. So that's 360 or whatever. Okay. And so if you take this example again, so let me remove my writing, guys. Yeah. So maybe there is a chances of forgetting the formula or something. So in that case, don't worry. Just find the, see, I'm just finding the volume here. So this is the base. I hope everyone agrees to this. This is a base. So this base is nothing but
16.
base area, which is 16. And what is volume? Base area times 6.
It is 96.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. And if you go to the previous question in this one, similarly, if we really don't know the formula or yeah, so especially for a sphere, I mean, what do you mean to say? For a cube or cuboid, it's very easy. That is length times width times height to find the volume. But others such as a cube, I mean, what is this? Cylinder or a cone or a sphere, we might have I mean, lengthy formulas to remember. So in that case, what you are going to do, just do this. Think you know the base. What is base here, guys? Circle.
Circle.
Yeah. What is base area then? Pi r square, which is 4 square is 16 pi. Okay, you got the base area. And what I mean to say, volume. What is volume, guys? Base area times height. What is height of the cylinder? Which is 16. I mean 6. So 16 pi times 6, which is 96 pi. If you want to substitute pi value, please do that. Okay, so if you are not remembering the formula, or rather my basic suggestion is don't try to mug up or something. Okay, so just try to learn the formulas. Yep, I think that's it. The same thing for the other questions. Any of the questions is the same. Okay, so we left with the cone and sphere. We'll do that in a different webinar. I hope you guys are able to follow me and liked it, I hope. Yeah, that's it. Any questions? Do you have any questions, guys? Okay.
No.
Yeah, then that's it of today's class. Please take care, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Bye. Have a nice day.
Bye. Yeah, same to you. Thank you. Bye.